cut. Came out with his hands up. Been given a red card, knocked the ball loose. I'm not sure if he was still in the box at the time or not. Not too many players available. Too many players available on the bench for Calumet St. Joe's tonight. Red card, but now they'll talk it over some more. It's an interesting play. St. Francis had a good run going forward. It was really one against the goalkeeper. Molina stepped out of the net with his hands raised, trying to knock the ball away. He was still in the box at the time. The red card has been lifted. If he had popped out, it would have been a different story, but he stayed in tight just enough. Make it legal as he made the stop there. Now the Saints make their way forward again, coming out of that stoppage. Molina makes another good save on a shot in the box. Molina's able to poke it over the net off the attempt from Morgan McKenzie. So we're going to get a corner kick here for St. Francis out of this. It's a good result for the Fighting Saints. They didn't get the goal, but they'll get another chance to try to put it in. Zakharishchenko from the corner sends it in deep. There's a shot deflected and cleared by the defense of Calumet St. Joe's. Deep across midfield. Carlos Ferrer-Cotto waits for that ball to drop back. Tells his defenders to clear out. He'll take care of it. Off the right side and O'Neill on the head. Sideline, Alvarado trying to keep it alive along the sideline. Back to Shkipchenko. Get around Joe Kirkham. There's a cross intercepted. Knocked away by Crimson Wave. Sergio Reyes to the outside. And the Saints take it back once again. Mackenzie to Avalos. This is Malik Rashid. Rashid passes it off to the left side. Ball sent into the box, looking for Yakubovic. I think he's offside. Step back. I'm sure he got behind the defense rather than playing the ball. Leonardo O'Hara back in the defense again for St. Francis. Runs back to the Carlos Ferrer-Cotto. So for 24 minutes to play in the first half, 2-0. The Fighting Saints have the lead. Out of bounds along the near sideline. It's Sergio Diaz, the freshman from Taft High School. Retrieving that ball was a foul call. Free kick for the team. He flipped the ball and foul was called. So a free kick coming up for Calumet. Dangerous spot on the field. About 30 yards out, just to the left of the net. The players circle the ball. Sergio Reyes, Jose Pacheco, and Evan Helsingden. Looks like it's going to be Helsingden taking the kick. He makes the approach. Helsingden sends it towards the net, and Carlos Ferrer-Cotto makes the save. Second shot. Calumet St. Joseph's been able to get off today. It's the first one that's on goal. A relatively easy save for Carlos Ferrer-Cotto off of the free kick. Headed out of bounds along the far side. Throw-in coming up for Calumet St. Joe's. At the far side of the field, still in sunlight, the near side in shadows. The lights are on here at Joliet Memorial Stadium. The sun will be out for the rest of the first half to some extent. Dr. Volley pulls it forward, looking for Shkipchenko. Shkipchenko's got it. 1-on-2. He gets inside the box, tackled off the ball, and picked up by Molina. Shkipchenko hit the ground, no whistle, no penalty kick for Shkichenko. Looked like he had positioning, but going up against two defenders, and they were able to beat him. Molina able to clean it up at the end, making the save. Shakavalivic looking for Morgan McKenzie in the middle of the field. Can't quite get him. Far side chasing it out. Santos Contreras with the throw. Got back for Hunter Foose, and Foose tossed it back in from the far sideline. Just outside the box. The Saints push their way forward for their third goal. Helsingden, I believe. Stop the tie issue. 21:46 on the clock. Clock stops at 21:46. St. Francis 6-4-2 on the season, 5-4-1 in CCAC play. Calumet St. Joe's 1-8 overall this year. Their only win came in their only non-conference game. So for their first win against a CCAC opponent. Kenzie working his way in the box. Kenzie turns, shoots. Bobby saves Molina on the rebound. Shkichenko hits it off the side of the net. Out of bounds for a goal kick. Good chance for Zakar Shkichenko right there. Morgan McKenzie put a shot on Molina. McKenzie was turned away, but on the rebound, Shkichenko had an open right side of the net and just missed it. One wide to the right side. Crimson Wave off the goal kick. Take possession on the defensive end and lose it. Contreras takes it away. Santos Contreras into the middle of the field for Yakavalivic. He's tackled and follows goal. Goes on Sergio Reyes. Just under 21 minutes to play. The Fighting Saints get a free kick from dead center in the field, 30 yards out.
¿Te habías visto?
Rashid sets himself up to take it. Morgan McKenzie right behind the ball as well. Looks like maybe this one will belong to McKenzie instead. McKenzie's going to try to take the shot, but he sails it high. Deflects back out of the field of play. That was off the ball crossbar. Goes out of bounds, and a little kick coming up for the Crimson Wave. Morgan McKenzie leads the team this year with 8 goals scored. He's looking for number 9 right there. Sends it too high. Molina clears it to the field. Controlled by the Fighting Saints. Shkichenko. Back to Harry. Far side of the field, where Navas passes it across the midfield stripe, and it's taken away by Calumet St. Joe's. Reyes passes it back, sent downfield by Joe Kirkham. Intercepted by Jorge Navas. Nice job, but it's taken away by the Fighting Saints. Rashid gets in deep, trying to keep the bounce. There's the center to Shkichenko. Shkichenko taps it back. Now gets it again, takes a shot, deflected away by the defense, and cleared for the moment. Saints get it back though, they'll try to keep the attack going. Alvarado to the right side, Avalos. Right back to Fabian Alvarado. Avalos having back to Shkichenko. Over the center of the field, Malik Rashid. Rashid chips it down towards Contreras. Contreras is able to open above Molina, and a nice save there by Helsingden. Molina was out of the net. Helsingden steps in and knocks it away. Here's a cross for Shkichenko. One touch, back to Avalos. He takes the shot off the side of his foot. Easily intercepted by Calumet. And this time, looks like the Crimson Wave do have it cleared, as Anthony Ramos knocks it towards the sideline out of bounds. So they're not able to get it to the other side of the field, but they are at least able to slow down the St. Francis attack. Yakavalivic takes it back away from Fighting Saints off to Shkichenko on the right side. Shkichenko sizing it up. He passes across to Santos Contreras. Contreras back to Rashid. Contreras. Pushes it forward towards Brendan Melvin. It's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Melvin. Just about 17 and a half minutes to play. In the first half, and the Saints have a 2-goal lead. Thanks to Stefan Yakovlev, who's trying for his third goal. Stefan Yakovlev, the senior from Austria, played today with just 1 goal on the season. He's got 2 today. There, but just a third by a lot. He also only taken 10 shots this year. 12 games played, so he's averaging less than a shot per game. Back at midfield by the Saints. Looking to his right. Ball ahead to Alvarado. Alvarado makes first touch to get by the defender. Alvarado takes it. Look at the doorway. Able to fake out Sergio Diaz, but Molina comes up with a stop. Molina having a heck of a first half, honestly. He's given up the 2 goals. He's made some great saves as well. Mishkichenko's corner kick headed back. Yakovlev tracks it down at the edge of the box and allows it to go back a little bit. In front of the net, Shkichenko loses out on the ball. It's not forward to Jose Pacheco. Pacheco along the near sideline. Alvarado. Alvarado kicks it out of bounds. Tosses it in. Kirkham keeps it alive to the left side for Sergio Reyes. Back to the middle of the field. Yakovlev putting pressure on Jalen Alvarado. Alvarado able to keep it in possession. Calumet. His pass down the sideline deflected by Contreras, and Contreras tries to take it back the other way. Over to the center of the field. This is Isaac Avila. He loses the ball. Calumet gets it back. Send it back to the goalkeeper, Jose Molina. Molina to Reyes. Jose Pacheco. Pacheco working against Alvarado. Alvarado knocks it away. Pacheco was the last one to touch it, so a throw in here for the Fighting Saints with just under 15 minutes on the clock. The foul was called as he was pushed to the back. Stayed back anyway, but they send it back to their goalkeeper, Carlos Ferracoto. On the defensive side, it's Jorge Navas passing the forward. Across midfield, Hunter Foose. Knocks it ahead to Contreras. Right back to Foose. Midfield circle, Leonardo O'Hara. Sends it downfield for Shkichenko. Nice move to get around Diaz. Passes across to Contreras. Contreras off the head, looking for Yakovlev, knocked away by Kirkham. They've got a goal kick coming up as the Saints knocked it out. 14 minutes to play, first half. 2-0 lead for St. Francis. They've been quiet for a while. Stefan Yakovlev scored 2 goals in the first 10 and a half minutes, or thereabouts. That's 20. Been a little bit less action-packed, or maybe not for Jose Molina, who's had to make quite a few saves. He watches this one drift out of bounds. I don't think he would complain about the lack of action. It's been a little bit more successful action for Calumet. They have not been able to push anything the other way. Their only shot on goal so far attempted off a free kick. It's been a while since they've even been able to hold the ball on that side of the field. Last time Calumet had possession across midfield after back several minutes. I think that's about to change as Melvin's pushed to the ground and the free kick is awarded to Calumet St. George way at midfield. They move their troops down the field and Kirkham allows them to get set up as he prepares for free kick. towards Carlos for a photo. Photo is able to make a stop. Here comes Contreras. Yakovalevic to his right, cuts back to the middle. Now rolls it off towards McKenzie. McKenzie, one touch, takes the shot, deflected out of the way by Diaz. Ball still loose on the box. Contreras tackled off the ball by the goalkeeper Molina and Melissa Rose. Play continues for Calumet. Nice save by Jose Molina. Able to take the ball off the foot of Santos Contreras. On the left side, Hunter Cruz. Looking downfield for Contreras. Contreras is out of bounds. Throw-in coming up for Calumet with 11:50 to go in the first half. Calumet in possession. Towards the midfield circle. Headed the other way by St. Francis. Shevchenko off his chest, looking for Yakovalevic. Couldn't hook up with him. Downfield, passes off to his left. Trying to find takeaway by Shevchenko. Goes across to Yakovalevic. Again, he's in the box, chasing it down to the back line. Now there's a chance for a cross of his own. Overshoots McKenzie. Shevchenko there on the back end, knocked away from him. The leg of Fabian Alvarado, that's out of bounds. Pacheco touched it last. Shevchenko heads it back over the field. Malik Rashid. Rashid rolls it out to the right side. There's Morgan McKenzie. McKenzie makes his move inside. McKenzie passes off to Yakovalevic and it's intercepted. Well defended by Alvarado made the stop, and Alvarado is moving to go downfield. Passes off to Pacheco, intercepted by Alvarado. The Saints are back in control. Shevchenko bats in the middle of the field and Malik Rashid. Rashid down the center. Makes a big kick, passes off to the left side, Contreras instead. Contreras crosses, looking for Yakovalevic, doesn't have him. And it was lost out of bounds for a goal kick. To seal that one off. Let it roll out the back line with now less than 10 minutes to play in the first half. Two early goals scored for the University of St. Francis. They've been clutching onto that 2-0 lead ever since. They're not trying to get back into it, but it's been a while since they've scored. Only one goal, or I should say 2 goals, in conference play this year for Calumet. They've scored 4 times in total. There were 2 in their non-conference week at Indiana University Northwest. Wickham taps it back, and Molina has to step up to clear that ball across the field. The header by Melvin off to the right side, out of bounds. Owen coming up for the Fighting Saints. This takes his time. This is back into midfield. Back loose, taken away by the Crimson Wave. Right side, on the sideline. Taking it by the lead Rashid. Rashid tripped up. He loses the ball. Foul stall. Free kick coming here for the Fighting Saints. They play it backwards, and Avalos takes it back across midfield, rolled over to Fabian Alvarado on the near sideline. Deflected by Diaz. Diaz loses it to Alvarado. Here's Zakar Shevchenko. In the middle of the field, Malik Rashid chips it into the box. Contreras tripped up by Jose Molina. Contreras is down on the ground. Molina is able to come up with a save. Second time in the last couple of minutes that Molina has tackled Contreras off the ball and been able to come up with a save as a result. He gives Contreras a moment to pull himself back up, and now he'll kick it downfield. He rolls it out in front of himself instead. Now pushed into the middle. Tap back and sent to the far sideline. Calumet looking for an attack. It's been a while since they've been able to mount any pressure, but they work their way forward across midfield. Taken away once again. Helsingden lost the ball. Then Rashid takes it back the other way. Rashid rolls it to Contreras on the far side. Contreras crosses, intercepted by Diaz, but Shkidchenko takes it back for the Fighting Saints, and Calumet is able to knock him off the ball. Here's Avalos over to Shkidchenko. One touch, Yakovalevic right back to Shkidchenko. Makes one man miss, takes a shot and scores. Zakhar Shkidchenko scores the third goal of the game for St. Francis. It's 3-0. 7 minutes, 1 second to play in the first half. And the Fighting Saints get their first goal since very early in the match. They've kept the pressure on Calumet this entire first half. And now Shkidchenko is able to put one in the back of the net. A really nice effort by him, dribbling his way around a couple of defenders. Shkidchenko scores for the 6th time this year. To go along with 4 assists, he's now tied with Morgan McKenzie as the leading point man for St. Francis this year. McKenzie's got 8 goals but no assists. Shkidchenko 6 goals. And you add those 4 assists to it, they both got 16 points. Calumet plays it backwards as they start possession once again, following the Fighting Saints' third goal of the half. Here's Yakovalevic ahead to McKenzie. McKenzie rolls it forward, looking for Contreras. It's intercepted. And the attack thwarted by Calumet St. Joe's. Crimson Wave try to take it back the other way, but Contreras knocks it back into St. Francis's possession. Molina steps up, slides, and is able to scoop that ball up in some traffic. Molina's been very assertive in net, stepping up when he's needed to, and jumping in sometimes 10 to 15 yards out of the goal just to make sure that the Saints can't get a clean look. 6 minutes to play in the first half. It's a 3-goal lead for the Fighting Saints. They're trying to add before halftime. McKenzie taps it off to himself. McKenzie in the middle of the field has a shot, and he misses wide to the right. Nice look for Morgan McKenzie as he was able to free himself up from about 20 yards out. Missed it wide to the right, and the goal kick goes back to Jose Molina. He tends to play these short. Nobody out in front of him right now, so we'll see where Molina puts this ball. Directing everybody downfield. He takes the kick and lines it across midfield. Melvin trying to chase that ball down, but Jorge Navas deflects it back the other way. Ball loose on the defensive end for St. Francis. Hunter Foose watches it drift out of bounds. He'll get a throw-in. Tosses it out to Yakovalevic on one touch, deflected back towards Calumet. That's Joe Kirkham. Kirkham passes to the right side, gets it back, now sets things back towards his goalkeeper. This is Jose Molina in the box. Molina turns to the other side, kicking it off to his left, looking for Pacheco, and Pacheco is shoved from behind by Fabian Alvarado. Free kick coming up for Calumet. 4:40 on the clock. And Joe Kirkham tells everybody to go downfield for his upcoming free kick. Here's the kick down towards the box, headed away. Nice defense by St. Francis. Morgan McKenzie. McKenzie on the run, 3-on-3, passes off to Shkidchenko on the right side. Shkidchenko sizes it up. Now he steps back to his left, takes a shot, it's deflected. Yakovalevic heads it right back to Shkidchenko, trying to get around Kirkham. Kirkham is called for the foul, and the Saints are going to get a free kick here in good position to put one on net about 25 yards out to the right of the goal. We'll push it back a little bit further, about 30 yards off the net. Rashid and Shkidchenko position themselves behind the ball. Let's see which of them ends up taking this shot. Assuming it is a shot. Rashid likes to lay this off to Shkidchenko off to the right side. We'll see if maybe that's what they have in mind. Shkidchenko instead rolls off to the left. Rashid sends it in front of the net to Yakovalevic. One touch, a second, now a shot, and he scores. 4-0 St. Francis with 3:18 to play in the first half. Stefan Yakovalevic has his third goal of the first half. Came in with 1 goal on the season. And now he's got the hat trick in 1 half of play today, coming off the free kick set up by Malik Rashid. A couple of quick dribbles from Yakovalevic, and he's able to score his 4th goal this year. So after 2 early goals, a long drought, and now 2 more goals in short succession. Those 2 just scoring about 4 minutes apart from Shkidchenko and Yakovalevic. And now the Saints will try to extend their lead again going into halftime. McKenzie at the edge of the box. Taken away from him by Kirkham. And pushed ahead to Pacheco. Jose Pacheco trying to win the foot race with Fabian Alvarado. Tries to turn it upfield, but Alvarado takes it away anyway. Nice defense by Fabian Alvarado. He dribbles off to the right side. Pass to Shkidchenko. He takes his time setting things up. Off to Sergio Perez, who just came in for Malik Rashid following the goal. Perez, the first sub today for St. Francis. Sent in front of the box, headed away. Pacheco taps it into the middle of the field. And Perez is able to come away with another interception. Here's Shkidchenko looking for McKenzie on his right. Instead rolls it off towards the middle. Yakovalevic in the vicinity. But it's a slide tackle for Calumet. They're able to take away 3 defenders in the passing lane there. Push forward to Anthony Ramos. Ramos loses the ball off the first touch and deflected towards the sideline for St. Francis. Hunter Foose sets things up. Looking out in front of him, finds Santos Contreras, and Contreras has it taken away out of bounds. Good defense there by Jalen Alvarado. Sideline throw comes in to McKenzie. He takes a shot, and it sails out wide to the right. That'll give Calumet another throw-in. Calumet's been shut out in 3 consecutive games. They've lost their last 2 by a combined score of 17-0. So today is feeling familiar for them at the moment, trailing by 4 goals with 90 seconds still to play in the first half. But they're trying to tighten up the defense right now, even if it's not all that likely that they'll erase this 4-goal deficit. They want to look for some positives to take out at the end of the first half. They've made some good defensive plays here to keep St. Francis off the board a few more times. Jose Molina has made some good saves. You might not think it for a goalkeeper who's allowed 4 scores in the first half, but he hasn't had a terrible half. Just a lot of chances against him. Leonardo Harrow from the back line passes it forward to his right. Intercepted initially by Calumet, and a foul called on Shkidchenko with 40 seconds to go in the half. Calumet in no hurry. They don't want to see St. Francis get another chance to score. They're already deep in their own zone. So Kirkham gives it a big kick downfield. They'll try to maybe take one last run at Carlos Ferrer-Cotto before the half ends. Yakovalevic knocks Sergio Reyes off the ball, and instead it'll be the Saints who get the last scoring chance as Yakovalevic is tripped up by Reyes. Foul is called. 14 seconds on the clock. Let's see if the Saints move quickly here. Ahead to Shkidchenko. Rolled off to McKenzie. McKenzie is offsides. Missed the shot anyway. Won't get credit for the shot. It is offsides, and that's how the first half is going to end. The buzzer sounds, and it's halftime here in Joliet. A great first half for the Fighting Saints. The home team leads 4-0 after 45 minutes of play. 3 goals for Stefan Yakovalevic, and he has paced the offensive attack for a Fighting Saints team that is in good position to pick up their 6th win of conference play and their 7th overall this year. 45 minutes still to go, but the Saints in command in this one. 4-0 our score at halftime. I'll step aside for the moment. Back for the second half in a little bit with the Saints trying to keep this going and secure the victory. We're set to start the second half here in Joliet, and we have started the second half. Terry Bonadonna with you for another 45 minutes of soccer as St. Francis leads Calumet College of St. Joseph 4-0 after one half. Saints work their way quickly down to the box, and Jose Molina jumps on top of the ball. First half stats, as you might expect, pretty lopsided. Saints have scored 4 goals. They've also had 6 shots saved by Jose Molina, so 10 shots on goal in the first half. Calumet's taken 2. Carlos Ferracoto made a pair of saves. He is not in the game right now, by the way. Carlos Ferracoto has been replaced by Christian Aguayo. Aguayo is getting his first action of the season, getting the chance to play the second half in what has been a lopsided affair so far. Saints toss it into the box, and it's knocked away. Saints get it right back. There's a shot, saved off the crossbar and poked away again by Jose Molina. What a save by Molina twice on a ball that deflected off of his hand, off the crossbar, and then off him again. There's a man down for Calumet. The Crimson Wave do not have any subs available on their bench right now. They really can't afford to lose anybody else with an injury. We're 1 minute and 12 seconds into the second half, and there is a man down, and they're going to wave off the training staff, so that's good. We'll get a chance to stay in. Here's the truly remarkable stat from the first half. St. Francis, 27 total shots. Calumet had 3. 27 shots is a remarkably high number for an entire game. For one half of soccer, it's just incredible. And they just had a shot on goal a moment ago. Did not go for them, but they've started the second half off very much like the first. Still some sunlight hanging around. We've got another half hour or so before the sun has set completely, but the whole field right now is covered in shadow. Here's Helsingden working his way down the near sideline. Deflects it off of Hunter Foose out of bounds. Throw in for Calumet. Helsingden tosses it in, looking for Melvin. And it's knocked away for a goal kick. 5 corner kicks so far in the game for the Fighting Saints. Crimson Wave don't have any. If we keep going, you get the idea. It's been lopsided statistically so far. Sent down the sideline. The Saints look to get it into the center. Molina pokes it away again. Out of bounds. It's going to be a throw in for Calumet. Tossed in and controlled by Anthony Ramos. Ramos is tackled off the ball by Sergio Perez. Perez sends it deep down the far side towards Diego Hernandez. Hernandez keeps it in bounds. Now starts to make his move. He pulls it back. Hernandez, there's the cross. Setting up Aloha. Yakovalevic tries to take the shot, deflected away. And it is once again secured by St. Francis to the back line. The defense moves it forward. Hunter Foose rolls it out of bounds. Looking for Anthony Marmolejo there. Couldn't hook up with him before it crossed over the yellow line. 41.5 minutes to play in the second half. Here's Sergio Perez. Off to the right side. Santos Contreras, sorry. Contreras sends it into the center. Knocked away. And here come the Crimson Wave. This is Sergio Reyes. Reyes rolls it off to the center, and Jose Pacheco, he gets it right back. Here's Kirkham. Kirkham across midfield, taken off the ball. Crimson Wave get it back. Leonardo Harrow steals it away from Kirkham, off towards the midfield circle. Headed by Helsingden. Crimson Wave trying to sustain an attack. They just haven't been able to hold on to possession at all in this game, and that remains the case as the Saints take it away at midfield on the right side. Pushed forward and intercepted by Kirkham. Rolled back towards Sergio Reyes. Reyes works his way down the middle. Another steal from Kirkham. Here's Sergio Diaz. Pass back to Kirkham, and they control it on the defensive side, taking their time here, just not allowing St. Francis to get too forceful an attack going forward. Here's an interception. This is the freshman Ruben Aloa taking it away. Aloa taps it ahead for Yakovalivic. Passed off to the right side looking for Diego Hernandez, and Hernandez was offsides. Free kick coming up for Calumet College of St. Joseph, trailing 4-0. Molina has got a loose shoelace, and he's got those big meaty goalkeeper gloves on, so he enlists help from a teammate to get that shoe tied. Clock continues to run under 39.5 minutes to play in the second half. St. Francis in control of this one, and this is what they expected coming in, facing a team that had been outscored 17-0 in their last two games. They knew that if they came in and put the pressure on right from the get-go, they should be in good position, not just to get a win, but hopefully to pull away early on. And that's allowed Dan Cross to pull in some of his seldom used reserves. Anthony Marmolejo makes a run into the box, and he was offsides. We've seen Christian Aguayo come in to play in the net. Aguayo, senior from Bolingbrook, Illinois, transferred in from Joliet Junior College. And, of course, Carlos Ferracoto has been one of the best goalkeepers in the CCAC for 4 years now. So he does not allow a lot of time for Aguayo or any of the other goalies on the roster to get in the net. So it's good to see Aguayo get a chance today. We've seen him go to his bench, Dan Cross that is, a little bit more liberally otherwise throughout the game today as well here in the second half. Several of the starters are not on the field to start the half. That doesn't mean they won't come back in later, but Ruben Aloa is out there. Mariano Caturba is playing right now. A couple of guys we did not see earlier. This is Caturba. Caturba rolls it off to Aloa. Same two guys I just mentioned, but they can't hold on to the ball. Taken away by Calumet. Saints battle to get it back. Aloa on the run. Looking for Yakovalivic. He's offsides, and so he just peels off and lets the ball roll towards the sideline. Helsington chases it down and gives it off to the goalkeeper, Jose Molina. Headed back towards midfield. Here's Melvin. Melvin pressured by Hunter Foose. Melvin able to keep it alive, though, off his chest. Keeps it down in front of Foose. Knocked away by the Saints, out of bounds. Throw in coming for Jose Pacheco. Out of bounds off of the Saints once again. Clock down to 37 minutes. We're 8 minutes into the second half. Not a lot of action so far since halftime. Remember, in the first half, the Saints scored 2 quick goals and then a long dry period. And then they scored 2 in a row again in a hurry. In the box, knocked away by St. Francis, out of bounds. So the goals have come in bunches, I guess you could say. 2 constitutes a bunch. In pairs, probably a better way to say it. That's cleared by St. Francis. Here comes Yakovalivic downfield. Knocked away and back to Kirkham. Calumet trying to move downfield once again, and Kirkham is tripped up. Foul called against the Fighting Saints. Here's the kick from Jose Pacheco. Pacheco lobs it to the far side, headed up in the air in front of the net. Aguayo flies in to scoop that ball up. So Aguayo gets involved for the first time since checking in at halftime. Leonardo Harrow sends it deep downfield, headed in the air. Aloha tries to track it down. And instead, Katurba's the first one to get there. He's tripped up. Excuse me, that was Diego Hernandez rather than Mariano Katurba. Diego Hernandez hits the ground. He's okay. Popped up quickly. Sergio Perez gives it off to Hunter Foose. Hunter Foose with the cross. It's cleared by Kirkham. Bounces up towards the sideline. Santos Contreras looks to send it back, but the whistle had already blown. Foul on St. Francis. More than 10 minutes gone now in the second half. Helsington taps it back to keep it away from Aloha. Aloha knocks it off of Helsington out of bounds. The throw-in belongs to the Fighting Saints. Helsington was in the wrong place at the wrong time there. Substitution for the Fighting Saints. Santos Contreras makes his way off the pitch, and Oscar Leon comes back in. Or comes in for the first time, actually. Leon appearing in his 7th game this year. Like I was saying before, a couple of guys getting some chances they don't usually. Ruben Aloha, the freshman, started the second half, just his 2nd game that he's appeared in this year. Mariano Katurba is playing in just his 5th. Aguayo again, number 1. They'd like to continue to build on this 4-goal lead, but where they stand right now, they've got to feel pretty good about their chances here. They've got 4 goals. Calumet's got 4 shots total. 3 of their 4 shots have been on goal. Sent back to Aguayo. And he rolls it softly to his left. As a whistle blows at midfield, there's a man down for Calumet. Clock stops at 33 minutes and 27 seconds. Haven't gotten a number yet on the injured man down there for Calumet. They are playing shorthanded already with an injury. Only have 11 players available. I mentioned before, they can't afford to lose too many guys to injury, or anyone really. And so a tough break for the Crimson Wave right now is that they've got a man down. 4-0, St. Francis has the lead. 3 goals in the first half for Stefan Yakovalic. They also got 1 goal from Zakhar Shkidchenko, his 6th of the year. That one was assisted by Yakovalic. So 3 goals and an assist today for the senior midfielder. It's been a heck of a game for him. The injured man is up and being helped off the field. That's Joe Kirkham. He was walking off with a limp, being supported by a teammate and a trainer. And Calumet is just going to have to deal without Kirkham until he's ready to go again. He's no longer being supported as he walks off. Still a pronounced limp, but he's putting a little bit more pressure on that left leg now. So that's a good sign for him. That's a good sign for Calumet as they hope to be able to get him back before today's game concludes. They have nobody they can sub in for him in the meantime. So they're going to continue to play shorthanded. 11 on 9 now. It was already 11 on 10. And everybody's set to continue play now. Far side of the field, the Saints make the run towards the back line and out of bounds. Hernandez tried to save it. Not quite able to do it. So it'll be a goal kick for Jose Molina and Calumet. Back towards midfield, headed by Calumet towards the sideline. Chased down by Hunter Foose. He makes his way forward. Gives it up to Aloa. Nice move by Ruben Aloa, trying to get around Anthony Ramos. Not quite able to get around him. Correction, that was Helsington, not Ramos, but the point remains the same. He wasn't quite able to get around Helsington, but he was able to force it off of Helsington out the back line for a corner kick. 6th corner kick of the game for the Fighting Saints. We'll see if they can turn this one into a goal. Sergio Perez looking to set up number 5 of the game for the Fighting Saints. Knocked away towards the sideline, out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for St. Francis. Marmolejo will take the throw. Sends it in front of the net. Yakovalevic taps it back. And intercepted by Calumet. Here comes Sergio Reyes. Reyes does a nice move between the legs of Sergio Perez. Anthony Marmolejo steps up and takes it away, though. Marmolejo sends it in towards the net. A diving save made by Molina on the rebound. Molina knocks it away again, and it's cleared by Calumet. Jose Molina continues to make exciting plays for the Crimson Wave. He's been doing it all game. And that ball cleared out of bounds by Alvarado. In front of the net once again. Another chance for St. Francis, but Molina steps in front of 2 offensive players and is able to scoop it up. Just under 31 minutes on the clock now. Calumet has at least slowed down this St. Francis barrage. Well, maybe I spoke too soon. Another chance for the Saints here, and a sliding stop by Molina. He takes the ball away from Sergio Perez. Molina continues to be aggressive, and he's done a nice job of that all throughout the game. Sent ahead for Aloa and knocked away from him by Alvarado. St. Francis has not scored a goal in the last 19 minutes of game time. Small victory for the moment, but considering that Calumet's been playing a man down the entire second half and 2 men down right now, it's 11-on-9. It's impressive they have been able to keep the Fighting Saints off the scoreboard for as long as they have. Off the foul on the Fighting Saints, they do take the ball right back. And again, they're in possession, working their way forward offensively. Here's Katurba. Katurba taps it back. Into the box. Aloa on sides, takes the shot just high. Ruben Aloa looking to score on the bicycle kick, nearly at his first collegiate goal. Nothing doing. In the meantime, the Crimson Wave all had their hands up calling for the offsides. The flag never went up. Aloa had a chance and could not quite put it in. Stefan Yakovalevic checks out, most likely for the last time today, and he's had a sensational game. 3 goals and an assist for the senior in his penultimate regular season contest. Eric Vega is the man who checks in for Yakovalevic. Here's Ruben Aloa again in the box. This time he is offsides. And the line judge's flag is there to prove it. Molina pushes everybody downfield. You got 2 options if you're Calumet. Just try to play it soft and just look to control possession for a little while and slow down the St. Francis attack. This is probably the better option. Just kick it to the other side. Try to create a little bit of extra time for your defense to hold back while St. Francis works their way forward. 11-on-9 right now. And we saw how lopsided this game was in the first half when it was even strength, 27 shots to 3 for St. Francis. And now the Saints are playing with a two-man advantage. Granted, most of the starters are out by this point for the Saints. Still, if you're Calumet, you've got to do anything you can just to slow them down. Just to try to steal a few seconds everywhere you can, in which St. Francis is not on the offensive. I'm not going to suggest that anybody ever pulls up. You always keep your foot on the gas pedal no matter what in these games, but I think one thing that you achieve by bringing in subs is you guarantee your players are going to continue pushing forward full throttle. You leave the starters in, they've already built a 4-goal lead. There's a chance that maybe they ease up just a little. Free kick into the box to Eric Vega from Marmolejo. Vega's shot blocked. He passes back to Marmolejo, knocked out of bounds. Another injured man down for Calumet. That free kick just a moment ago, the Saints had a real opportunity because it looked like Calumet thought maybe the foul had gone against St. Francis. And so they were backing off. The Saints had a chance with a pretty wide opening in front of them, but by the time the pass came into Vega, the area had closed up. So now it is a free kick for the Crimson Wave. Again, they direct everybody downfield, send it across the midfield line. Ramos not able to keep it alive for Calumet. Here come the Saints. Here's Katurba pushing it ahead, tap back, now sent into the box for Vega, but he can't reach it before Molina does. Sent away by the Calumet defense. Up tap towards the middle of the field. Pacheco gives it up to Melvin. And Melvin loses control of it, trying to get it off to Pacheco once again, and now whistles. There's a man down for the Saints. Yellow card given, I think, to Brendan Melvin. And Sergio Perez will take the free kick with 25:18 on the clock. Perez off the left foot, sends it in close, knocked away. On the near side of the field, battle for possession won by the Saints. Anthony Marmolejo finds his way into the box. There's the cross to Perez, and it's taken away from Perez. Out of bounds, a throw-in coming up for St. Francis. Marmolejo tosses it into the middle of the field. Here's Katurba, rolled out to the right side. There's the cross, headed away. Into the box again, Molina steps in and punches it away. Here's Leonardo Harrow stepping it up to the midfield circle. Harrow rolls it out to Hunter Foose on the near sideline. Foose takes a nice step to get around Jacob Moen. He has it back. Over to Jorge Navas, rolled off towards the right. Harrow once again. Push to the right, this is Oscar Leon. Leon takes a shot from way out there, and Molina steps in and makes the save. Almost 40 yards out, that shot was taken at. Another steal for St. Francis. Perez gets another chance inside. Looking to set up Hernandez. Rolled out to Leon in the far corner. Leon looking to work his way inside. Can't get around the defender. Good defense all around right there by Sergio Diaz. And finally, Oscar Leon is called for the foul, grabbing at Diaz. 23.5 minutes to play in this one. Another attack from the Saints. A shot, and it just a little bit wide. That one coming from Anthony Marmolejo. Fabian Aloha comes in. Hunter Foose checks out. It makes things just a little bit more confusing as the Aloas are both on the field at the same time. Fabian Aloha playing in his 5th game of the year. It's all right, we can handle the confusion. I think we'll make do. Christian Aguayo checked in goal, and then immediately after that, Calumet lost a couple of their players to injury. They've been playing shorthanded this whole half, and as a result, they really haven't had the ball down in the attacking part of the field at all. And so Aguayo has been pretty bored back there, but he's able to push the ball downfield this time. Saints once again offensive. Anthony Marmolejo. Marmolejo loses it. Well defended by Jose Alvarado, or rather Jalen Alvarado. Jacob Moen knocked out of bounds by Perez. There's a throw into midfield and a whistle. This foul goes against St. Francis. Looking down at the Calumet sideline, Joe Kirkham has got his sweatshirt on. It looks like he is almost certainly done for the day. So it's going to be 11-9 the rest of the way. Big kick from Jalen Alvarado down into the box. Headed by Harrow. A battle for the ball. Reyes towards the sideline, knocked back. And Katurba is able to clear it into Calumet territory. Throw in coming up for the Crimson Wave, under 21 minutes on the clock. St. Francis, after this one, will gear up for their last conference match on Wednesday. They'll be taking on St. Ambrose right here at home. Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. They're looking to finish the season strong. Coming into today, they had won 2 of their last 3 games. However, the 2-0 loss at Cardinal Stritch earlier this past week is the most recent result that I'm sure has been gnawing away at them. Good to get some early goals today as they look to add a 5th. In the box right now, there's the shot. Molina picks up the save. Shot came in from Diego Hernandez. Knocked towards the sideline. Fighting Saints in control of it once more. And a foul called on the Saints. Cardinal Stritch has been one of the toughest teams in the conference all year, so the Saints knew they were going to have a tough time against the Wolves up in Milwaukee and weren't able to get on the board. The defense remained strong, just not able to continue the run offensively they've had recently. They had scored 9 goals in the previous 2 games. So this is now the 3rd time in the last 4 games. It looks right now, with 19 minutes to play, like it's going to be the 3rd time in the last 4 games that they pick up a victory. But definitely already, 3rd time in the last 4 games that they've scored 4 goals or more. Another man down for Calumet. Tough to see. He got tripped up there. I think that's Brendan Melvin, who was down with an injury a little bit earlier in the game as well. The clock stops at 18:56. Melvin got tripped up grabbing his ankle. Can't have felt any better that once he tripped, he fell down out of bounds and he kind of slid on the track. I've fallen on a few tracks in my day. It's not comfortable. Not comfortable to fall on the grass or even the synthetic grass, but a little bit more than on the hard surface of that track that surrounds the field. They're playing 11-on-9 right now. If Melvin has to take any significant time off on the field right now, that's going to make it a 3-man advantage for St. Francis. And Melvin, at the very least, is going to be out for a little bit of time as he limps off towards the trainer's table. So hopefully he's able to get back out there soon. But until he does, it's 11 against 8. And amazingly, it's been 11 on 9 for much of this second half. And St. Francis has not extended their lead. It was 4-0 at halftime. 3 goals from Stefan Yakovalevic, who got the start today. And the 6th goal of the season from Zakhar Shkidchenko. Jose Pacheco is going to send this ball back in, and the clock will start as he does. Here's Reyes. Reyes weaves his way between a couple of defenders, getting deep into St. Francis territory, but knocked away from him. Throw in for Jacob Moen, freshman midfielder from California. Taken away by the Saints. Perez taps it back to Harrow. On the right side, here comes Oscar Leon. Down the sideline towards Aloha, knocked away and out. It'll be a St. Francis throw. Oscar Leon will get the throw in, but first a couple of substitutions. Saints bring the freshman Diego Cortez in. Another freshman, Isaac Avalos, is back in as well. Not the first appearance for him. He actually started today and played the whole first half. He's back out there for the last 17 minutes and change. This is Perez. Perez turns, takes a shot, and another save for Jose Molina. Molina, a sophomore in his first season in this Calumet College of St. Joseph program. Transferred in from Madonna University of Michigan, originally from Honduras. Here come the Crimson Wave down on the far side. Tap back towards Molina. And sent away by Molina. Saints are able to tackle it away once again. Knocked ahead. Back towards the near side. This is Vega. Vega along the sideline. An awkward first touch. And he sent it a little bit too far out in front and out of bounds. Tossed in and intercepted initially by the Saints. They do get the ball back. Diego Hernandez. Diego Hernandez takes away. There's the shot, and it's a little bit wide. Sergio Perez has taken a couple of good-looking shots this half, has not quite been able to finish one off. Perez looking for his first goal of the season. Brendan Melvin is back in for Calumet. So we're back to 11 on 9. It had been 11 versus 8 for the last 3 minutes or so. Here's Sergio Perez once again. Perez pushes it forward. A shot from way outside from Marmolejo is up high and over the net. St. Francis entered today's game having scored 30 goals on the season. They've outscored their opponents 30-20. Just 2 games above 500, but plus 10 goal differential. That's something. But like I said earlier, it's widely a result of the fact that they've turned up the offensive power lately. And you like to see that late in the season as they gear up for the conference tournament, which will begin in a couple of weeks. Stopped by Molina there. Jorge Navas sent it in from just beyond midfield. That was a shot from about 50 yards out, a little bit inside of 50 yards out, but a long-range shot for Navas, which made it a relatively easy save for Molina. Here's Anthony Marmolejo. Marmolejo on the near side. Marmolejo crosses it, deflected away. Saints are able to take possession back once again. Perez ahead to Marmolejo. Marmolejo taps it back to Eric Vega. Vega rolls it away from Moen. Passes back to Marmolejo. Nice move around to the left side. Gets around Melvin. There's the pass in front of the net and cleared by Calumet. Still loose just outside the box. There's a shot deflected and cleared for real this time by Calumet. Ramos trying to start the counterattack, but Isaac Avalos steps up and boots it away. There's a shot from Marmolejo from about 8 yards out, but an easy save. Little pressure from Fabian Aloa. Aloa forcing Helsington to work quickly. They just give it back to Molina. Molina is pressured by Aloa as well, but he's able to pass off to Melvin. Into the middle of the field. Pacheco taps it back to Molina. And Molina sends it off to the left side towards the sideline. 13 minutes to play in this one. It's been all St. Francis. They led 4-0 at halftime. Still do. And Calumet has not come close really to threatening to even cut into this lead, let alone overcome it. Marmolejo holds it, passes to his left. He's got Cortez there, and I think Cortez was offsides. That is the call. Take it back the other way. Jalen Alvarado's pass is intercepted in front of the net. A chance for a goal and a good save by Molina. Hernandez turned away, but Perez has it back. Perez looking in front of the net, deflected away by Alvarado and cleared. Here's Jorge Navas. Passes to his left, and Marmolejo sends it back to Isaac Avalos on the other side of midfield. Saints slow it down a bit. A couple more subs getting set to check in for St. Francis at the next whistle. Most of the starters have cleared out. Certainly all of them on offense have. This is Melvin. Melvin rolls back to the outside, trying to find Pacheco. He does. Pacheco loses the ball. It's taken by Caturba, gotten right back, but here's Diego Cortez for the Fighting Saints. Cortez blows by one defender, tripped up from behind, and a foul is called on Sergio Reyes. Looks like he's going to be booked for this one, a yellow card. Second yellow card given this half to Calumet St. Joseph. And this one to Sergio Reyes. I got to watch out for those disqualifications on bookings. Already 11-on-9 here. Calumet doesn't want to see any of their other players get lost. That shot off the free kick from Marmolejo is saved by Molina. The 11-on-9 is not based on red cards. It's based on injuries for Calumet. They only came with 11 players. So a couple of guys have gone out, they've gotten hurt, and they've not been able to return. And as a result, it's 11-on-9 right now. But a disqualification would make it 11-on-8. It was 11-on-8 briefly. Brendan Melvin was out for a minute or two, but 3 minutes actually, I think it was. He was on the bench for 3 minutes after he got shaken up following an aggressive tackle, but he was able to return to action. It's been just a two-man advantage for St. Francis ever since, but for about 3 minutes they did have a three-man advantage, and right now they'll try to take advantage of the extra two players they've got, but Marmolejo runs into a couple of defenders, and his attack is halted. That ball sent into the box, headed away. Knocked away out of bounds. That was last touched by the Fighting Saints. Goal kick coming up for CCSJ. Under 10 minutes to play in this game. A couple of substitutes coming on for the Fighting Saints. They bring in Jacob Lund and Miguel Marin. Jorge Navas comes out. And who else? Looks like maybe Marmolejo. Yeah, Marmolejo came out. So Lund and Marin are in for Navas and Marmolejo as Dan Cross continues to clear his bench. And give a lot of young guys a chance. Both Lund and Marin are freshmen. Sent into the box once again. Here's Cortez. Diego Cortez passes it off. Sergio Perez turns, takes the shot, deflected, and cleared. Far side of the field, the cross is knocked away again by the Crimson Wave. And the Saints are thwarted as they look to add to their lead late here in the second half. They're up 4-0. They have been since the first half. Stefan Yakovalevic scored in the 9th minute and again in the 11th. Jump up 2-0 and then a dry spell for a little while, but in the 38th minute, Zakhar Shkidchenko put one in and made it 3-0. Deflected in front of the net, and Calumet is able to clear it back to midfield. Here's Jacob Lund. Yakovalevic scored just 4 minutes after Shkidchenko's goal. It was the 42nd minute. Made it 4-0 at the half, and it's been 4-0 ever since. Eric Vega chases it down to the back line and knocked towards the sideline out of bounds. Here's Cortez. Cortez has it deflected by Alvarado. Pacheco looking to clear it. Katurba steps in his way and keeps it on St. Francis' attacking third of the field. Knocked high into the air. Aloa looking to head it, but Alvarado gets to it first. And Calumet is able to get it out of harm's way. Calumet, College of St. Joseph, not looking good right now to avoid a shutout. It would be the 4th straight time that they've been blanked in a game. But playing with a 2-man disadvantage is just too hard right now to sustain any kind of offensive attack. They need something quick, transitionally, to have any chance at scoring a goal. And so far it just hasn't happened. That shot comes whistling in over the net out of bounds. They'll get a couple more chances to get back on the scoreboard for the first time since March 16th. Two more games for them, Judson and Governor State coming up on the schedule. Two tough teams, though. Hopefully they'll have a full complement of players. 6.5 minutes to go. This is Oscar Leon. Lost out of bounds by the Fighting Saints. Throw-in coming up for Calumet. Fired in off the head of Sergio Perez and into the bleachers. There's a souvenir for somebody. I don't think they're going to be allowed to keep it, but it was an impressive header from Sergio Perez, setting up the throw-in for Calumet St. Joe's. Alvarado across midfield. Lund steps up on that one. Here's Isaac Avalos rolling it off to his right. That's Miguel Marin pushing forward down towards the end line and tapped out of bounds by Calumet. We got a corner kick coming up. It's an all-freshman defense for St. Francis. I didn't really realize it until I noticed it's Lund, it's Marin, it's Avalos. All those guys in their first year here at St. Francis. Mostly freshmen on the field right now. A couple of seniors out there as well. but it's a very young lineup at the moment. Corner kick is played in short to Diego Cortez. Cortez works around two defenders. The third one steps in his way and forces him off his intended path. That's cleared by Helsingden. Good play by Helsingden to take Diego Cortez off the ball. Now another run from the Saints. Here's Fabian Aloa heading it high in the air, and Molina waits for it to come down and makes the catch. Sent back to Christian Aguayo. And Aguayo reverses field, going to the far side. Avalos ahead to Marine. Passed forward and deflected out of bounds by Helsingden. Trying to find Diego Hernandez. Tossed into Hernandez here and immediately taken away from him. Ball loose and cleared by Calumet. Isaac Avalos rolls it to the left. Jacob Lund taking his time with 3:40 on the clock. Saints got a chance to pull most of their starters, if not at halftime, then early in the second half. So guys getting a little bit of an extra rest here. The conference tournament right around the corner. They want everybody fresh as possible. Again, St. Ambrose, 7 o'clock Wednesday night. That's the regular season finale. Good run here for Jacob Mulwin, but he is tackled off the ball across midfield and sent back again to Christian Aguayo in the goalkeeper's box. Along the far sideline, Saints in possession, knocked away. Pacheco in a physical battle with two St. Francis strikers, and finally the foul is called against the Fighting Saints. Pacheco showed some toughness there, giving the free kick to his team. And the clock will stop here as Cesar Ibarra, the referee, talks things over with Jose Pacheco. Long ball sent to the box. Aguayo steps up, makes the play on a couple of bounces. Perez tapped back to Avalos. Rolled over to Aguayo. 2:15 on the clock. Saints just pretty much trying to run things down here. I guess they've been in that mode for a while. Not that they have taken any of the offensive pressure off in the second half. They've kept pushing, but really a long second half of, especially the last several minutes, of knowing that they're in position to win the game and just make sure nothing crazy happens here. Keep the clock running, keep the ball moving. Don't let Calumet get any counterattacks, and so far that's worked out perfectly. Saints get in the box, knocked away by Helsingden, and cleared. Whistle blows, foul called on the Fighting Saints. And a free kick coming from way back in their own zone. Calumet St. Joseph will most likely have one more chance here if they want to work one quick attack going forward and break up this shutout. They've got to get it started right here. Pacheco. Taken away by the Saints. Rolled into the middle of the field, knocked high into the air towards that end line, and it bounces out. This is a goal kick. Last touched by the Fighting Saints. 45 seconds to go here. Molina takes his time. And again, probably no more time for anything other than a quick hitter here if they're able to do it. Molina approaches. Molina sends it away with 30 seconds on the clock. Calumet will try to work their way forward from the far sideline. One last run across midfield. Sergio Reyes in control of the ball. Reyes turns it back towards the middle. Tap back to Helsingden. Ahead to Jose Pacheco. Pacheco with 14 seconds left. Across midfield to the far sideline. And it doesn't look like they're going to get a shot off. Nope, knocked away by St. Francis. And that should do it for today's game. The Fighting Saints, again, ahead from midfield, run out the clock, and it is a final. And our final score is 4-0. St. Francis gets the victory. They were ahead 4-0 at halftime. They maintained it all the way through the second half and just dominated possession. They kept the ball in their attacking third of the field the entire second half. Most of the first half as well, but certainly the entire second half, as they were playing with a two-man advantage, and Calumet St. Joseph just could not overcome that. Let's go back over the scoring, because it did start pretty early for the Fighting Saints, and they were able to really put it on cruise control after that. Stefan Yakovalic scored off an assist from Malik Rashid on a free kick in the 9th minute. That made it 1-0 in favor of the Fighting Saints. Just about 2 minutes later, Yakovalic again, this time off an assist from Anthony Marmolejo. That made it 2-0 in favor of the Saints. And then Calumet's defense was able to stay strong. They held the Saints off the board for the next 27 minutes, but in the 38th, Zakhar Shkidchenko passed from Stefan Yakovalic. He made a couple of nice moves to get around the defender, and he fired a shot in. He scored his 6th goal of the year. That made it 3-0 in favor of the Fighting Saints. 42nd minute, it was Yakovalic again, off to an assist from Malik Rashid. Nice shot off to the right side for him, his 3rd goal of the game, his 4th goal of the season. It was 4-0 Fighting Saints, and with the lopsided lead, they were able to remove most of their starters in the second half, and as a result, it kind of took some of the pressure off. The reserves still put that pressure on. It's just not quite as many good chances for the Fighting Saints after halftime, and they did not score again. They didn't need to. They didn't need to score after the first 10 minutes because Calumet was playing with a two-man disadvantage and just could not get any kind of offensive attack going. And it's hard to blame them playing shorthanded like that. But they fought hard. They were able to hold the Saints off the scoreboard in the second half, and our final score does go into the books as 4-0. The win improves the Fighting Saints record on the season to 7-4-2. They're 6-4-1 in CCAC play. Calumet St. Joseph falls to 1-9, still winless in the conference at 0-9. They'll be back at it later this week, as will the Saints. St. Francis takes on St. Ambrose in their regular season finale. It's a home game this Wednesday. It is at 7 o'clock. We'll be here. Hopefully you will be as well. Get your full schedule and all of your information at GoFightingSaints.com. That's going to do it for today's game and today's broadcast. St. Francis defeats Calumet College of St. Joseph 4-0. Until next time, this is Terry Bonadonna signing off for the University of St. Francis. Happy Easter, and talk to you next time.